Hey guys, it's Dee Dee, one of the co-hosts of Catnaps and Cognac. On this week's episode, we have a great show lined up for you. We speak about current events, the Grand Theft Auto 5 release, the iOS 7 release, how to live a minimalist life, and we also speak about the art of seduction. This week's drink is called the Temptress. So if you're interested in finding out the recipe and to listen to us chat about the topics that I listed before, stay tuned for episode 38 of Catnaps and Cognac. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, it is us. I'm Dee Dee, and this is
Ariel.
And we are the hosts of Catnaps and Cognac.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. This is episode 38.
38.
Woo woo.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow.
We're almost 40.
Oh, my God.
We're about to have gray hairs on this podcast.
I found my first gray hair the other day.
Oh, my gosh.
It's right here.
Your first one?
My first gray hair
How
ever.
do you feel?
I feel fine.
You feel fine?
I wasn't, freaking out about it.
Dang, I feel old because I've had a gray hair since I was, 17.
Oh, my gosh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, this is my first gray hair that I found. And I called my mommy to tell her that I found a gray hair.
I don't see it. Did you pluck it?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
There it is right there.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow!
It's my first one. So I called my mommy, and I was like, Mommy, I found my first gray hair. And she said, where did you find it? Mom, where else would I find a gray hair?
What did she mean, was it in the back, in the front?
No,
She
she
went-
didn't. She's nasty. No, actually, she said, on your head? That's what she said. And I was like, of course on my head. Where else would I find it, you nasty bye. That's what she said. My mom's
I'm
gross.
speechless.
My mom is disgusting.
I'm so speechless.
This is the same lady who told me I needed to go be red and delicious. So, what do you guys expect? Anywho, hopefully we don't go through a midlife crisis. Because we're almost 40.
I don't think we'll go through a midlife crisis. I mean,
Good.
we might go through a midlife crisis.
You'll see. Maybe we might act up when we get to episode 45.
Yes!
All right.
I
Get
mean,
ratchet. Okay.
I don't know how else we could act up.
You right.
Miss ASAP twerk.
Hey, like a bowl of grits.
Anywho,
how are you, Ari?
I'm cool.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fantastically well.
Oh, that is so nice to say.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I like that.
Thanks. I'm glad you're cool. Like an ice cube?
I'm cool like the other side of the pillow.
Hey. Do you like cold pillows?
I do.
I didn't used to like them. I didn't used to like cold pillows. I didn't want cold stuff on my face. But now I do like cold pillows.
You know what else I like that's cool? When you put on nail polish and the first drop is
yeah.
cool. I love that.
I like that feeling too.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Yeah, but I didn't used to like cold pillows. And then for some reason I just converted to the cool pillow.
I wonder if that's a thing that most people don't like cool pillows.
No, I think everybody, well, for me, it seemed like everybody always liked cold pillows. And I was like, what are you guys doing with your pillows in the freezer? I don't get it. What do you mean cold pillow? And they're like, where your head don't touch the warm spot. And
You know what? Sometimes if my pillow, if I feel is not cool enough, I'll just flip it over to the other side and then just
and snuggle into the cold pillow. Yeah, I just started liking cold pillows. Anywho, so, it's been crazy in the news.
It has been super crazy.
Yeah, so on Monday, there was an incident at a U.S. Navy yard in
DC?
In D.C. And a guy, how many people did he hurt? He killed 12 people?
Mm-hmm.
And were there other people who were injured, or it was just 12 people who got killed?
I think it was just 12 people who got killed.
And then they killed him, the police, they killed him. The guy was 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the reserves, but he had just recently been let go from the reserves. And, now they're finding out more information about the guy, and it's really crazy. It's funny, they spoke to two different, they spoke to people who knew him, because at this time, he was recently he had lived in Texas, and so he used to work at a Thai restaurant. and they were talking to the people who knew him at the Thai restaurant. They said he was a really nice guy, always really pleasant. They just loved having him as their server. And this one lady said that her fondest memory of him was of him sitting in the corner trying to learn Thai at the Thai restaurant. But then you hear other stories about people who knew him. And this one neighbor, he had a neighbor who lived above him. This is when he was living in Seattle. He had a neighbor who lived above him, and they were having like a noise complaint dispute between the two of them. And then one day she said she was sitting in her chair and she heard these pops and looked down, and there was a hole in her floor.
Oh my gosh.
And so he had shot up into her apartment. She called the cops. The cops came and they were banging on his door and he wasn't opening them. Finally, he opened the door and said that he was cleaning his gun and it accidentally went off. He'd gotten arrested, but then nothing came of it. Like, I don't know, the charges were dropped.
Wow.
So this lady said that she was terrified of him. So she doesn't have fond memories of him at all.
Oh my gosh.
And then there was another group of people, these construction workers. I don't remember where he was living at the time, but they had parked in front of his house, and he shot out the back of their tires. And he had said that it was because he felt that they disrespected him, and he blacked. And that's what he did. That was his form of retaliation. So it's just funny how you can hear one side of the spectrum. People are saying, "Oh, he was such a great guy. He was super nice, super sweet," and then other people are saying that he was a terrorizer.
I'm looking at USA Today, and they also said that when he was on a base in Newport, Rhode Island, that people at the Washington Navy Yard had complained about hearing voices from the ceiling of his hotel. And I guess the naval officials, they failed to forward that to the police. So,
oh my God.
I don't know what it is.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel really bad for the people, the victims of this senseless and heinous, and now we'll never get to know why, because apparently the cops actually wanted him alive to know, what his motive was, but we'll never know now.
From when it first happened, people in my office were just like, "Oh, he's a disgruntled employee," something like that.
That's what it had first come out, yeah. But I think so, because the thing is, I mean, I can understand why people would say that was because he was in the Army Reserves and he had gotten let go, and almost everybody always gets their contract renewed. And for some reason, he didn't get his contract renewed. So I can see how they would say that he was a disgruntled employee. But now,
that's weird to say, though. Like, that you even got let go from any type of armed services or whatever. Yeah. And how do you even get back on there?
Right. Especially with all with his background and his history, with guns and things going on. It's really sad. It's awful, And again, prayers out to the family, his parents too. His family, his mother has to deal with this too. And she's like, she has no, understanding as to why her son would do something like that.
It's always interesting when these things happen because, this guy can shoot so many people, and of course we commiserate with their families, right, other people's families or whatever, right, but we don't really ever think about the shooters or the whoever's parents and how they must feel to go through that. Because I couldn't even imagine if one of my kids decided to all of a sudden do something like that, and then you have other people, not even just other people, like I'll even forget about what other people think about you. It's just like what you think about yourself, what you think about your child, and it's like, I'm sure that I would never want to feel like whenever I have kids that I failed as a parent. And even though it's technically you did not fail as a parent because you cannot control what your son, he's an adult.
He's 34 years old.
You can't control what he did, but I'm sure that there's probably a piece of her that feels
guilty.
What went wrong?
Right.
That's just such a sad thought.
Yeah. And I feel really bad for her. I was listening, I heard her give an apology to the people, and she was just like, "I'm so sorry to the people, and their families." And it sucks that she even has to apologize for something she didn't do. Mm-hmm. She didn't do anything. And she probably raised, I'm hoping that she raised her son to the best of her ability, And then now she has to carry this guilt of 12 people being dead, you know. And I watched there was a wife of one of the people who got killed, and she was just in shambles. And she was like, he have to kill my husband. I love my husband. It was, I mean, like, it was really sad. It was sad to watch, and I felt really bad for her. Again, prayers out to their families, and prayers out to his family, Aaron Alexis's family. And he's from Brooklyn. He was born in Brooklyn, and then went into the military and was doing all types of stuff. It's sad. It's a shame. Sad stories to report. But let's move on. Yeah. On to happier things.
I guess into happier things. Let's talk about Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, let's talk about Grand Theft Auto.
That has been like a huge buildup of this game.
Yes.
Like the last game that came out was Grand Theft Auto 4.
Right.
And it came out, I think I was still in college.
Yeah.
When that came out.
A long time ago.
Yeah, a very long time ago.
Yeah.
And now we have Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be bigger.
And better than ever.
Better than ever. And it's like, people have been waiting for it ever since it was announced. Like, as soon as the trailer comes on, it has like 5 million views on YouTube.
Right.
So they just, you're just able to get the video game on September 17th. Of course, people were lining up, like they were lining up for iPads.
Right.
To get that at midnight if they didn't get the pre-order, because some of the pre-orders came in early. It said that the video game cost $260 million to make, which is, I think, more than... It's definitely up there with a lot of movies. But it might have been more than any other movie to make. I'm not really sure. Anywho, just on the first couple of days worth of sales, they've already made $800 million.
Oh my
Sold $800 worth of video games.
Oh my God.
Auto 5. Crazy.
That is
so it's gonna
insane.
make $1 billion.
$1 billion
a week. They don't have to sell any more for like the rest of the time.
Like, whoa.
Rockstar Games, in my opinion, because I used to be a gamer and I love the Grand Theft Auto franchise, and I wish I had a PS3 so I can join in on it. Yes, yo, I used to be a fiend for Grand Theft Auto. I have to say it this slow. Because that's what it was. I'm sorry, God. They were my false idol.
Ooh, child.
It was like I didn't even have a memory card. I will leave that shit running all day when I was at school. When Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out, I was like, I was still in school. I was like, Ma, you gotta come get me right now.
Right now.
Nope. Prepping her weeks in advance. Don't forget, such and such a date, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, gotta get it. I love you, bye. I remember I would come, get to my door from class. I had my steak in front of, like, we had our, TV on top of the dresser, because we had, like, a low dresser, and then we had a high dresser. Kept the TV on the high dresser. So you both could see equally. My ass would be right in front of the dresser. Playing it. And you know, like, you have that video game stance where you lean your feet back, and you put your feet on,
and you be in it.
That was it. Yes. And my roommate would come in and she would be like, "You still playing this game?"
Yep.
I can't hear you. Hold on, let me pause. Turn it up. And keep going. You're not gonna insert. I'm in the zone.
In the zone.
Carl needs to go to the gym. He needs to beat up these bad guys. He needs to do these missions. I'm ready. So for all of this, though, they say that, like, everything is so completely lifelike and it's so completely real. And it's like, Grand Theft Auto has turned into The Sims.
It is. That's what I said. It's Second Life. At this point, it's Second Life, because you can do everything in this game.
Everything.
You can go to the movies. You can have pets. You can go to the strip club. You can go play golf with your friends. You can go skydiving. You can go to the movies. You can go to a comedy show. You can do everything on this game. So today, someone tweeted a picture of one of the ladies. I put that in quotes.
Ladies of the night.
And she was naked. She looked real. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa! And then I was like, this other guy between was like, yo, man, all y'all mamas who got kids in elementary school and middle school, y'all better not buy this game for your kids because they got naked hoes. And he was like, whoa, bro, she was naked. And I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it.
I can't wait until the online version of this comes out so I can play this. Like, I'm like it's killing me inside that, like, everyone's playing it. And I have to play it because I don't have a PS. Who wants to loan me their PS3 just so I can play this game? I will love you forever when we be best friends. Want to be best friends?
Hey, I wasn't really a gamer or into like Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I got it. Not recently. I got it on my phone. Yeah, I had it on my phone for like. I got it on my phone maybe about 2 years ago. I got it on my phone. I do love that. I do love the game on my phone, but I was never really. Talk. Yeah. I didn't really play it when like with on an Xbox or a PlayStation or anything like that. But the hype behind it was crazy. Like people, like dudes was like, "Yo, I feel bad for the girls because y'all not gonna get no attention. Niggas just taking off weeks for vacation to play it. It's the real deal."
The thing with these games, like this game in particular, is that they always have such a good storyline.
Right.
And it's like you're going through a movie.
Right.
When you play these games.
Right.
So it's like, oh my gosh, like, and you, with any type of video game, it's like I get to control these guys. And this one is multiplayer. You can play 3 different characters.
Exactly.
And they do missions together. So they clearly thought out.
They really thought it out.
How they wanted this to go. Right. And I think Rockstar Games, they come out with a lot of good video games.
Definitely.
Anyways.
If any, I think they're one of the best as far as coming out with video games. Definitely.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
And Grand Theft Auto.
There's one guy that I follow said that, because he lives in California, and he said that the game is so real to the point where he drove down one of the highways in real life and then played Grand Theft Auto, and it was the exact same thing.
Wow.
And he said one of the major corners on the video game, he actually lives off of that major corner on that video game, and it his mind was blown.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they had, I guess the maps of the game had leaked a couple weeks ago, and they said that I saw the maps. It was pretty.
It's massive.
That's the only other word that
massive. When I saw it, I was like, what?
It was completely massive and so in depth.
Yeah.
And even like I said, I didn't play Grand Theft Auto 4, but playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it was like, dang, like you could be driving forever and like go on the highways and go around, because that one took place in California too. And it's like, where am I going? And like to even like remember some of these places, it's like, oh my God. So I can't even. We were really driving to LA. Like,
yeah, you really are. You really are. Woo! Shout out to Rockstar Games.
Yeah, shout out to y'all making all the money.
Right. Coming
out with the bomb ass game.
Somebody tweeted today that they're already 35% through the game.
I saw that. Like,
how? Did you eat? Did you get up to use the bathroom?
You must have really just been up all day,
all night,
playing that game.
35%. The game just came out. But people take it very seriously. Very seriously. So, like I said, there are people who've taken off a week of work so that they can play the game. Like, that's how real it was for them. Like, they went on vacation and like, I'm not working. I have to play Grand Theft Auto 5. That's how serious it was.
It's just a lot.
Yeah, I almost want to buy an Xbox just so I can play, but you know what? I will wait for the online version, even though I haven't really played the other installments other than the one that's on my phone. But I don't think it really matters because it's not
all different.
Right, it's completely different.
Like there's one white guy, and he's like married with kids, but he lost his job, so he needs a way to make money. Right. And I think they do like a bank heist or something like that.
Okay.
So clearly you know his point. And then there's a black dude, Trevor.
Ooh, I heard about Trevor.
I heard Trevor was live. I don't want to play Trevor.
I wouldn't want to play Trevor either.
I'm going to play Trevor, but I don't want to play Trevor.
Right, exactly, because he's cuckoo.
But, you know, by any means necessary, get that money. And then they have another white guy. I forgot what his name is. I think his name was like Bob or Billy Bob or something like that. And they were in the trailer. They were like, "Don't ask about him." And like all you see him like stuffing, like kicking something down the toilet.
Oh my god!
Like, it's crazy. I can't wait to play. I want to know. We want to know if you guys play this game, what you think of it, how you're doing in this game, what to look out for. I know Melissa Radseed, she wants to cheat.
Yes, she wants to cheat.
She wants to cheat. And she's not happy because she's ain't out.
Right. She hasn't found them yet.
I think it's so funny, though, that, like, people will make, or companies will make, like, books dedicated to cheats.
Right.
Like, they have cheats for everything. Everything. The cheats, the manuals,
sometimes the walkthroughs,
all of that in there. And like sometimes I feel like that might be necessary just in case like you really can't. But dang, y'all are.
I don't know how the person's gonna do it for Grand Theft Auto 5. That's nuts. With that massive ass map, there's so many different things that you can do in that game.
I wonder how many missions there are.
Right.
And if it's because there's 3 different people, how many missions per person?
And then you can even have clicks, like with actual people, like, you know, you go on and you sign on with your gamer tag and you can find friends and get clicks and rob people together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. And then people, you know, other people who you don't know can come and rob you after you've done your bank heist with your crew. Like, so you've got to be careful with that too. There's a lot. This game has so many different levels. In the words of Meek Mill, it's levels to this shit.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. And people just ran to the rooftops with it. Like, my goodness. If I hear one more person say it's levels to this shit, I'm going to punch them in the face. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm so sick of it. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5, it's out and people love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up when the online version is going to be, but I
can't find anything.
Don't see like any
womp
specific for that.
Boo. Hopefully it comes out soon because I actually do want to play. I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
my interest is piqued.
Ooh wee.
Yeah,
sorry in case there's not many podcasts I'm playing.
Right.
So something else was released today.
Yes,
September, what's today, the 18th?
The 18th.
And that was for the iPhone.
iOS 7. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm not in a big rush.
Well, it was big last week because they came out with what the
iPhone
features were going to be and all that stuff because the new iPhones are going to be released, the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S.
Right.
And I think the pre-orders already...
And the funny thing is you can't even, like through Verizon, you cannot pre-order the iPhone 5S.
Why?
It's not available for pre-order. And apparently, Apple is having issues because they can't, they don't have enough iPhones for the release date.
Dang.
Yeah, they're like already on back order, everything. And I was like, but people can't even pre-order them. What are you talking about? Like, this is through the actual Apple website. They're not able to fulfill the orders because they're already on back order from the pre-orders. Why even release the phone?
I feel like that happens a lot, though.
Yeah.
With that, and of course, Apple's always going to get the stuff first, but that only lasts for a couple days.
Right.
But still,
get your shit together, for real. But yeah, you can only pre-order the 5C on Verizon right now. For the iOS 7, I'm sorry, I do have an iPhone, but I didn't get it, guys. So I can't tell you all the cool, super neat features and everything that's going on. Because I didn't care. I didn't.
One of the cool things about it is that the camera has a square option. So if you upload pictures into Instagram, they'll already be square ready.
Oh.
So you can do it the regular way. Mm-hmm. Do it the square way.
Okay.
Or have panoramic view.
Okay.
And that's cool because at least I know when I have an iPhone, but it's more like an iPod. But I would have to use Square Ready, the app, to make things square. Because I don't want certain things to be cut off, like when I do it in the iPhone, or get that white space on the side or black space. So that's pretty cool. And I guess like when you do the drop down, if your phone like is in lock mode, or even if it's not in lock mode, like let's say you pull down a screen or pull up one of those, it'll show you like your settings. So like when I pull down my Android phone, I have the option to turn on the brightness, do all like go to my settings if I want, put on Wi-Fi, and all that will be available in the iOS 7 too. You can do the calculator. Okay. The notepad is different, so it's not that yellow notepad. It's just a regular white notepad now. Oh, okay. So I'm so glad because we won't be seeing any more
tweetgrams.
Right. On Instagram. They also have AirDrop, which is cool. Like, so if we both have iOS 7, we'll be able to transfer files to each other, kind of like the way Bluetooth transfer on computers.
Oh, cool.
Or the S-Beam on the Samsung Galaxy.
Right.
So that's good. And Siri, you can also have, if you use Siri, you can have the option to make it a male voice too.
So then now, everybody's going to be able to have Siri? Or is that only for the phones that have Siri already?
Probably for the phones that have Siri already.
Oh, okay. Because I'm still on the iPhone 4, y'all. I'm not getting into the hype. My phone works just fine.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
And it said for the iPhone 4 and up, you can get iOS 7. For the iPhone 4, it does not include AirDrop though.
Okay.
Or the camera filters. Oh yeah, you can change the camera filters on the phone too. Oh. It has its own camera filters.
Oh, okay.
Or of course the Siri. The 4S, you can do everything except for the AirDrop. For the 5, and you can. It has everything.
Okay.
And the same thing for the iPad. The original iPad, no. The iPad 2, it's like the same thing like the iPhone 4.
Okay.
And the iPad mini, it changed. It's the same.
Okay.
And for the iPod Touch, it said only the 5th generation iPod Touch can upgrade, but will include all the new iOS 7 features.
Oh, okay.
So on CNN.com, they say, the question is, should I update? And they say, just because your voice is compatible doesn't mean it should be upgraded right away. Once you upgrade your device to iOS 7, there is no going back to iOS 6 or whichever earlier iOS you were running. Yes, there are unofficial ways to downgrade, but these are not recommended for regular iPhone or iPad users. So if you're not in a rush, wait a few weeks or months until Apple releases the first updated version of iOS 7. The early releases of the operating system can include bugs that should be addressed with subsequent iOS 7 updates. Let other eager people spend the next few weeks finding and reporting these issues so you don't have to deal with them.
Yes.
And there you go. And then they ask, like, are there any downsides if I don't update? And they say immediately, not much. So I would have to agree. Wait a while if, like, you're not really into it.
Right.
So, yeah, you can get all the kinks out.
Exactly. I wasn't in a rush. And my phone is jailbroken, so I have all the cool stuff and features on my phone. Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade to iOS 7. iOS 7, not happening. They can keep it. They can keep my copy. I mean, but it looks cool, though. Like, I saw pictures, and it looks really sleek.
I don't like how the messages look. I feel like the way it just looks, I like the look of the other iPhone, and I think that it can use all these new features, though. Right. But I feel like it looks really fake. Something about it looks funny. Like, when the actual, like, this looks like it should be on not an iPhone, but an iPhone A. Yeah. Like,
on the J phone.
Yeah. Right. On the J phone. The J phone. Yeah. It just looks weird. Like, you got it on the black market. I can see what you mean.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. It looks like the phony iPhone. Yeah. It does. I can see it.
But everything else, I think, looks good on it. So hopefully if you guys have it, you're liking it.
Yeah. And we want to hear about the bugs if you guys have encountered any. Yeah.
I think it's just such a rip-off off of the other, off of the Samsung.
That's what I heard too.
I know that they, like, even when stuff for the Samsung or any other type of Android comes out, they're going to take features of other phones, that people like. So they can incorporate it in that one. Right. But certain things I'm like, yo, like, I've been had that since last year. Right. And someone at my job, they had it. And she was like, how do I close out my app? So I was like, double click. I said, let's swipe it up. And she goes, oh, I got rid of it. And she goes, wait a second, can you do that on your Galaxy? I said, I sure can. Been doing it.
I've been doing it.
I hate people like me.
I've been doing that.
Raining on people's parade. Sorry. I should take it back. I'm so sorry.
I've been doing that.
I've been doing that.
I hate people like that too. That's Twitter all day though. Oh, I've been on that. Oh, nigga, you ain't know about. It came out 2 seconds ago. What do you mean you been on it? Stop. It's been out all in 2 seconds. You talking about, oh, I've been on it. Everybody always want to be on the new shit.
New.
Right, new. Like, I haven't even thought about it yet, but I've been on it. Come on. Y'all gotta relax.
Please
relax. Golly, it drives me nuts.
Or even if it's been out for 2 days or whatever, and you're like, oh wow, like let's say, okay, we'll take for example Solange's new video for Lovers in the Parking Lot came out today. If I were to see that video like next week, it would be like, oh, you late? That video? You late? Right. Like, I just
it came out a week ago. Jeez,
okay.
I mean, it came out a week ago.
Thanks.
Look, you gotta relax.
Thanks.
Calm down. Simmer down.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, let us know what you think about that.
Apple iOS 7. Yeah, we definitely want to hear what you guys think. And we don't want to hear from, I'm sorry, no offense to anybody, to you, but Droid users, we've had enough of you guys.
You know what?
We've had enough.
I'ma speak my mind.
We've had enough. Like, so we gotta see all of y'all posting about iOS 7 all day, every day. Oh my God, yes.
You know what? I don't do that. You know what I like to do? I do like to tweet, like, if I'm on Mashable or something like that and you find the best apps for iPhone, I'm going to tweet that. I want everybody to be as productive as they can.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff, it doesn't really bother me as much. However, it can be for anything. Like, I don't want to see everybody talking about the same thing all the time. I get that's the fun of it. But it's just like, half of the things you see the same people saying the same exact things. Like when Drake's album came out, it was like, oh, everyone's gonna have to be drunk texting their exes and stuff. How many times? I could put in drunk text and Drake.
And 50,000.
Yeah, it's just like, y'all ain't even original.
We saw that already. I know you saw it too.
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's like, we know you saw that.
We know you saw that. If you weren't the first person to tweet that, then go away. We don't want to see it again.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
But let me sound a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think I want to live a minimalist life.
You do?
As much as I can.
What's that?
Being a minimalist is, I'm not entirely sure.
I'm going to go by what they're saying. That means that you're just going to live basically like the bare minimum.
Kind of. It's like it's just living with less.
Okay.
Living with less stuff.
Right.
Like getting what I guess the fancy term, not the fancy term, but the term that gets people like more clicks on blogs and stuff is when they say like declutter your life.
Yes.
But it's like you have to live like that all the time.
All the time.
Just like living with the things that you pretty much just need.
Right.
And that's how
bare necessities.
The bare necessities. And I'm tired of like looking for things and I can't find it. I'm tired of having cheap see the shit in the corner of my room. I'm tired of seeing that there.
I'm telling
and
you.
It's like I was really thinking about it at work. Like I know that there's some things in my closet that I can sell and try and get some money for. And it's like I'm only holding on to it because it has a name brand, or I'm only holding on to it because of the memory that's attached to it. It's
right.
Like, but I'm thinking about the memory, so it's like it's in my head.
Right.
I don't need to just.
You don't need it. You don't need that tangible thing.
Right.
Anymore.
To wear it and be like, oh, I remember the time when No, I can still remember the time. I had a picture or whatever.
Right.
So that's what I want to do. I tried to do it. Not tried to do it, but every so often, kind of like, with spring cleaning or whatever.
Right.
It's like when spring comes up, you get rid of all your fall clothes or you try and put that stuff away.
I'm just now learning how to do that.
Oh, right.
I'm from
you
Florida.
Never had season.
Yeah. It's hot as hell, hot as fuck, and really hot, okay? like I'm gonna die right now. That's the seasons that we have in Florida.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
So I never had to deal with people are like, oh yeah, I'm bringing down my summer clothes. And I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about bringing down? Where were they? They're not just sitting in your closet. No, they're in the attic because I don't use them. Oh. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut into your story.
No, that's hilarious. When I was younger, I don't do this now. Everything just stays in my closet no matter what time of the year it is. But when I was younger, I know a lot of people that do this. Like, whatever, if it's summer, you put all your winter clothes in a bin and we put it in the basement.
Okay.
So when it was time, it's getting cold again, and you go, oh, let me go get the bin. And it's just like, oh, it's magically fall in my room. And then you just do the switch.
You do the switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have it marked Ari's clothes, or Angela's clothes, or Peter's clothes, like whatever. So, but I just know that there's so much in there. And I give clothes away every single year.
Right.
And it's like, I feel like I don't even shop that much anymore. But how I still have this many clothes?
It's a lot.
I have a keyboard that I have not played in since I was in college. Why I still got that keyboard? What is going on? But there's this website called BeMoreWithLess.com, and they said that there are upsides and downsides to being a minimalist. And they said the upside is you can kill your TV and free up several hours a day to do other things like read, be with friends, whatever. The downside is it says you spend all your free time on Hulu, Netflix, or Facebook. No, that's not what you're supposed to do.
No.
The upside, count your stuff as a tool to declutter. The downside is becoming obsessed with counting your stuff. The upside would be spending time online developing your micro business. The downside is forgetting to unplug. Upside, more virtual connections. Downside, loneliness. Upside, confidence in living with less. Downside, arrogance in living with less.
Ooh.
I could definitely see that for as a problem for some people.
The P-girls and the hipsters.
Yeah.
I don't have a TV. I don't watch TV.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that's the main one.
Yeah, I don't have a TV in my house. I don't watch TV. I'm gonna punch people when they say that. They make me so mad. Like, oh, so I'm a lower class citizen because I watch TV? I read books too, bitch. Like, damn. That should be getting on my nerves. I don't watch TV. I don't do that. I just listen to NPR. That's all I do. I mean, I listen to NPR too. Shoot.
I definitely understand the no TV thing. I haven't watched TV in I
don't have cable. What? Okay. So
I mean, there's definitely a plus to that.
I get it, yeah.
Don't
but I can get
them.
I can get how people would be arrogant, especially in New York. Wow.
You come across a lot.
Oh my God, I think the people in New York are really arrogant. I think they definitely are. Especially when it comes to things like that, just saying how, oh, I don't watch TV. And it's kind of like they're looking down their nose at you because you say that you like a TV show.
Yeah.
Or even because we watch reality TV shows, let me watch my trash. I know it's trash. Let me watch it. I'm not an idiot. It's not like I'm walking around barefoot and pregnant and I don't know anything. I do have a degree, and I'm allowed to enjoy ratchet TV every once in a while. Let me indulge. And I just feel like people, look down their nose at you just for doing those kind of things. Like, oh, God, I don't eat meat. Oh, I don't eat pork. Oh, I don't do this. Oh, I don't do... there's so many things that they don't do, and they look down their nose at you because you do that.
I would have to agree with that, especially when it comes to certain TV shows. It's one thing if you're just like, oh, I don't watch that or whatever.
Yeah, it's different when you do that. Yeah,
it's completely different. But then it's like, oh, but when you say I don't watch that versus I don't watch those shows.
Yeah, I don't watch those kind of shows. Oh, okay,
cool.
Then I don't talk to people like you.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you just walk away. Ugh. Anyway,
it could be a little bit gross.
Yeah.
But on Lifehacker, if you guys want it says how to kick your clutter habit and live in a clean house once and for all. They have tons of different links if this is what you want to do. It says work in reverse. What would you replace if you lost anything? And they kind of say think of if your house is going to be burned down, what would you replace?
Wow, that's drastic.
It's completely drastic.
Oh my God, that's dramatic.
But what would be the first things that you replace, I guess, to get your life back in order?
Yeah.
That might be the most important thing, like your bed or a dresser or whatever. I was reading this one thing, and this guy, he had a packing party, and it wasn't that he was packing up to move. He literally packed up everything in his house as if he were going to move, and the things that he was going to keep, he kept them separate, and everything that he just didn't want or felt that he could live without, that stuff went in the trash or got donated or he sold it. And it was like the things that he needed was like, you know, of course, his bed, like a toothbrush or blow dryer or stuff like that. So it was a lot easier on him, and it didn't seem like he was just thinking like, you know, if I'm going to my room like, oh, I don't you know, do yoga. I don't need this yoga mat, so out it goes. But it was like, no, this is what I really need, and this is what I don't need. Right. So for me personally, I think I need to take some time out and really go through my closet and really go through what's underneath my bed. I want to have like a clean floor. I did it to my desk, and I love how my desk has been looking.
It feels like a weight's lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah,
right?
it
like,
really, really
it's
does.
It's really freeing. It is.
It really, really does. And it's like, wow, I don't have to like look at none of these letters. I don't have to look at none of these gift cards or anything like that. Right, and like once I did it, I was like, wow, like I could actually like write on my desk.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
like that was like the main thing. It's like, how was I not doing this before? Why did I do that? And then it's like I just clearly found another place for that stuff to go. But even like things in my bookshelf, like some of these books I know I'm never gonna read again. Let me donate them.
Donate them. Right.
So that's that. Do you think that you would ever be able to live a minimalist life?
I would love to live a minimalist life.
You would love to?
No, yeah, definitely. I don't like a lot of things anyway. And so I'm the kind of person, and I think it's because of my mom, she's maybe like that. If you haven't used it in 3 months, it's trash. And so, like, I'll find things out, and then sometimes it's like, oh no, I want to throw it in the way. You haven't used it. You haven't used it in 3 months.
Yeah.
You don't need it. You don't need it. You just found it, and now you talk about nope, throw it away. Get out of here. You don't need it. Or, you know, you give it away or things like that. So, I definitely I hate you walk into a house, it's like super gaudy. Like there's just so much stuff around. It's like, how do you breathe in here?
Yeah.
There's just so much.
She's looking around my walls, y'all.
No, I think your room is very minimalist. Actually,
do you?
I think it's. I do. You don't have. Trust me. I've been in places where you can't even move. Like you walk around,
oh my gosh.
There's
like
nowhere to go.
On TV?
Yeah. Well, not hoarders.
Oh, okay.
Not that bad. Not that bad. I mean,
I'm trying to make myself feel better.
Not a hoarder, but like the walls are just all filled with stuff. The room is huge. There's a nightstand here. And it's like you can't even open your door.
Okay.
Like you have so much stuff in here. I like it. I just like if I could just have a bed and my TV. Okay, a bed and my TV and my dresser, I'd be fine. I don't need anything else, or in a lamp, of course.
Okay,
that's all I would like to have. But at this point right now, like I just moved, so I brought like almost everything with me.
Yeah.
When I moved, it's just like I have so much stuff, and it gives me anxiety when I have a lot of stuff, and it's just like I don't know what to do with it all. Blah blah blah. Blah. And I do love the minimalist life. Definitely, less is more.
Yeah, I feel like now since I've been here almost 3 years, that like now is like really the time to break it down and say like, okay, girl,
you don't need this.
It's time to give it the heave ho.
Right, exactly. You gotta get rid of it.
I was reading something else, and these guys call themselves the minimalists.
Okay.
And they just decided to do this too. And one of the guys, what was I gonna say? One of them had the unpacking party. And then the other one, he decided not to even like have like clocks in his house. He has no clocks like anywhere in his house. Like
he knows the time.
He doesn't really know the time. Like the only time that he has is on his cell phone, and that's if he chooses to look at it. And he said that he just doesn't even want to be constrained by time because we're always rushing to go somewhere, and half the time we don't even have to rush.
Where does he work?
He quit his job, like his corporate job. Both of the guys, they quit their corporate jobs, and this one, he's like a writer. So he said he makes considerably less, but he's a lot happier. And so he gets
what makes you happy.
He gets money from his blog, and then he gets money from the things that he writes too. So it's like it's not as bad. And of course he's like, not everyone can do this.
Of course.
And he's like, but maybe make some like little changes here and there to make it seem like there's not this heavy burden of you. So I guess with him working in a corporate job, it was always like time. It's all we have. You gotta do this, you gotta
deadline.
So it's like for him getting rid of the clocks was like, I don't have to worry about the time anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna get up when my body lets me get up. And apparently he gets up really early in the morning anyway. So he just decides like, okay, I'm gonna do my writing at this time, but I feel like when I'm with my friends, like it's not gonna be as bad. Like we don't have to say, oh, like let's meet for an hour and then just get up. We can actually have a real conversation and be with each other
and have it be organic and natural, and not be like, oh, I gotta
go. Right. Yeah. So that part, like I don't think I can ever get rid of clocks, but I can respect that.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Like, that's really brave to do.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to
I couldn't do it. How funny thing. I mean, it's a little off topic, but I saw somebody tweet today that one of his friends gave up his job to pursue his passion, and he said it's like giving up security for freedom. And I said, wow. Security people love. People, you want to be secure, but then freedom is also awesome as well.
Ultimate.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. And I was like, wow, that's really great. And so for this guy to be able to do that, he gave up his security for basically freedom, because now he doesn't have this clocks, nothing. He doesn't have to live by any time constraints. It's like, I get up and I just be.
Girl, he doesn't even have internet at his house.
Oh my God.
He says that and he said it forces him to get outside.
It does.
And make interactions with other people. He's like, when it's time for me to write, he's like, I'll go to the library, I'll go to a coffee shop, and he's like, I'll use that time to write. And he goes, and a lot of times I'll meet other people. He's like, he goes, not only he's like, I'm doing my work, I get to meet people that I never met before,
right,
and make new friends. He's like, so that's a bonus. He's like, he got rid of his TV. He's like, I still watch TV, like, if I go to one of my other friends' house.
Yeah.
And he goes, and it's cool. He's like, because we still have the interaction where we talk about what happened on TV, like, right afterwards. He's like, so it's like, he said that he doesn't really feel like he's losing out.
He's not disconnected.
He's not disconnected, right. And I was like, wow, I don't know if I'll be able to get up my TV. However, when I do get my own place one day, I feel like I could have one TV.
Oh, yeah.
Versus having one in each room.
Right, yeah.
And I don't think I would have one in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Because that will force me to get up from the couch and go to bed.
Exactly.
So, I think that I am ready to make this leap a little bit and try my hardest to only work with what I actually need.
Yeah. I want to do that when I don't want to have TVs in the rooms. Not because of Will and Jada did that, but I really do think...
Oh, they don't do that?
No, they don't have any TVs in their bedrooms. They said the bedroom is for sleeping and for having sex.
Oh, okay.
So, no TVs in the bedroom. But not because of that reason, but because I think it would force the family to be together and watch TV shows together. And then, interact. Even not that I want people to fight, but even having that, but I wanted to watch this tonight, and I wanted to watch that tonight. You're still having an interaction. At this point, everybody has a TV in their room. They can just go to their room and do whatever they want, and nobody has to talk to anybody. So I would like it for TV to only be in the family room and no TVs in the bedroom.
Like back in the day.
Yeah. And that's what I want. You got to go back to I think we just need to go back to the basics. Exactly. Got to go back to the basics. And that's basically what it is with the minimalists. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. And I do need to unclutter. I just have so many things. That I need to figure out.
It can really weigh down on you. Especially if this all the shit that I have in my drawer is it's okay, I have in my mind what I'm going to wear to work for the next day. Instead of going that night, picking out my clothes, looking frantically for it in the morning, and then thinking I'm going to be out the house at a certain time, and it's I'm leaving the house a half hour later than what I would have left.
Yeah, because you can find
I couldn't find it.
Right. Yeah.
Shit's gotta go.
Definitely gotta go.
It's gotta go, man.
Gotta go.
So, would you guys consider living a minimalist life, or that ain't for you?
Yeah, let us know. We want to hear. Yeah, we want to hear what you guys think about the minimalist life.
I want another name for it, though.
I don't know what I would call it.
Me neither. That's okay.
I guess we just gotta leave it alone. We're thinking too much, and we need to minimize it. So.
You right.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to something else. So, you've heard of Robert Greene. He's the guy who wrote the 48 Laws of Power, and also co-wrote the 50 Laws of Power with 50 Cent. Mm-hmm. Well, he also has another book which is called The Art of Seduction. Ooh la la. So basically, but this is, even though it's called The Art of Seduction, it's not to be used just for sexual purposes. This guy, he writes business books and he tells people how to, he's to run their lives as far as, being in business. So he's actually found a way to incorporate seduction into business as well. I mean, you can use this in your personal life, of course, these tricks of seduction. But I think there's 8 different seducers, or is it 9? It's either 8 or 9 seducers, and then there are 18 different types of victims.
Yeah.
So you have to find out really beautiful girl, and so all the guys would be like fawning over her, all over her, but he was shy. He just didn't feel that he was really like, up to par to be able to talk to her. And they ended up getting married a year later, him and this lady, because she was like, how come you're the only one that's not over here trying to talk to me? What's wrong with you? Like, why don't I have your attention? All the while, I mean, he was in love with her, but yeah. But because he was so aloof, it attracted her to him. And then they ended up, like, they went on one date, and then a year after that first date, they got married.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if you read the book.
I wonder. Yeah, it was a funny story that he had told. And I was like, you know what, that's what it's all about. And I think I'm that kind of person. So I definitely need to finish reading the book so I can find out which one that I am. There was one that I definitely didn't like, which was the rake. I didn't like that person. They're like one of those people who, basically just drag you in, kind of. Hence the reason why they call them rake. But they'll try to like, they gave a story in the book where it was like this one guy, he was like a Casanova, and I think it was Casanova.
Yeah, it was Casanova.
Yeah, and how the ladies, they loved him or whatever, and then they would find out that he was sleeping with somebody else, and then he would coerce them to have a threesome. I was like, wait a minute, what? No. I don't want that person. I definitely would not be a victim of that person at all. I don't want to have to do anything with that person. Let's see. So who are some, let's read this one. This is the Pampered Royal. These people were the classic spoiled children. All of their wants and desires were met by an adoring parent, endless entertainments, a parade of toys, whatever kept them happy for a day or two. Where many children learn to entertain themselves, inventing games and finding friends, pampered royals are taught that others will do the entertaining for them. Being spoiled, they get lazy, and as they get older and the parent is no longer around to pamper them, they tend to feel quite bored and restless. Their solution to find pleasure in variety, to move quickly from person to person, job to job, or place to place before boredom sets in. They do not settle into relationships well because habit and routine of some kind are inevitable in such affairs, but their ceaseless search for variety is tiring for them and comes with a price. Work problems, strings of unsatisfying romances, friends scattered across the globe. Do not mistake their restlessness and their infidelity for reality. What the pampered prince and princess is really looking for is one person, the parental figure, who will give them the spoiling they crave.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
These are victims, by the way.
Yeah, this is a victim I'm reading. To seduce this type, be ready to provide a lot of distraction, new places to visit, novel experiences, color, spectacle. You will have to maintain an air of mystery, continually surprise your target with a new side to your character. Variety is the key. Once pampered royals are hooked, things get easier for they will quickly grow dependent on you, and you can put out less effort. Unless their childhood pampering has made them too difficult and lazy, these types make excellent victims. They will be as loyal to you as they once were to mommy or daddy, but you will have to do much of the work. If you are after a long relationship, disguise it. Offer a long-term security to a pampered royal, and you will induce a panicked fright. Ooh. Or panic flight, excuse me. Recognize these types by the turmoil in their past, job changes, travel, short-term relationships, and by the air of aristocracy or aristocracy, no matter their social class, that comes from once being treated like royalty. Those kind of people I would definitely steer clear from.
I'm not doing all of that.
I'm not doing all of that.
Even if I want you to be my victim, I'm not doing
Actually, those kind of people make me anxious. People who can't stay in one job, move from place to place, job to job. What is wrong with you? Something's going on.
Something is
really going on. You need to calm down. You really do. I would definitely not want that kind of person. And I'm just I'm too lazy to be that person seducer. Hell, I couldn't do it. Let's see. Who else? What other kind of victims are there?
There's the novice.
Ooh, what's that?
They say what separates novices from ordinary, innocent young people is that they are fatally curious. They have little or no experience of the world, but have been exposed to it secondhand in newspapers, films, books. Finding their innocence a burden, they long to be initiated into the ways of the world. Everyone sees them as so sweet and innocent, but they know this isn't so. They cannot be as angelic as people think them. Seducing a novice is easy. To do it well, however, requires a bit of art. Novices are interested in people with experience, particularly people with a touch of corruption and evil. Make that touch too strong, though, and it will intimidate and frighten them. What works best with a novice is a mix of qualities. You are somewhat childlike yourself with a playful spirit. At the same time, it is clear that you have hidden depths, even sinister ones. This was the secret of Lord Byron's success with so many innocent women. You are initiating your novices, not just sexually, but experientially, exposing them to new ideas, taking them to new places, new worlds, both literal and metaphoric. Do not make your seduction ugly or seedy everything. Must be romantic, even including the evil and dark side of life. Young people have their ideas. It is best to initiate them with an aesthetic touch. Seductive language works wonders on novices, as does attention to detail. Spectacles and colorful events appeal to their sensitive senses. They're easily misled by these tactics because they lack experience to see through them. Sometimes novices are a little older and have been at least somewhat educated in the ways of the world, yet they put on a show of innocence, for they see the power it has over older people. These are coy novices, aware of the game they are playing, but novices they remain. They may be easily misled than pure novices, but the way to seduce them is pretty much the same. Mix innocence and corruption, and you will fascinate them. I think I'm the novice. Just sounding like that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I think I'm a novice. I'm a novice and a charmer, and natural. Oh God! I'm gonna change that. Yeah, so you guys definitely, if you haven't read The Art of Seduction, definitely read it, just so that you can even find out what kind of seducer you are and what kind of victim you are. Just for those bare minimums. Everyone is one. It has to be one and the other. Right, exactly. So you definitely read the book, find out what kind of seducer you are, and then you can find out what kind of, victims you can choose. And also, you can also find out what kind of victim you are and pick out when people are trying to seduce you. There you go. You know? Just thought of one. Yeah, see? Look at that. I'm not here for the BS, okay? I know what you're doing. But they have ones called the Drama Queen, the Professor, the Beauty, the Aging Baby. Ooh, what's that, Benjamin Button? I don't know. Ooh, child. The Rescuer. And there's a lot of rescuers. That's like Captain Save-A-Ho. Mm-hmm. A lot of men are rescuers. Mm-hmm. Oh, play that damsel in distress. Play that damsel in distress. Oh, and the one that I really liked, although I don't think I'm that person, but the one that I really liked was the Sirens, and how basically, with Cleopatra and Marilyn Monroe, and how, they would lure you in and make you feel like they really needed you, but then they would turn cold at the drop of a hat. And of course, when you do that, they're like, "What's wrong? What did I do wrong? Let me make it better." Like these women were running countries, were telling people, were being told all the secrets. Cleopatra was not all that smart, apparently. She wasn't that well learned, but she ran Egypt for over 20 years. And had people from Rome, all the men, the rulers from Rome, like putty in her hands, because she would dress up really nicely, put on really nice makeup, be the this temptress and all this other stuff, and then at the drop of a hat, when she felt that she had your attention too much, she would be super cold. She would get, when she felt that you were getting bored with her, when she felt that you were getting bored with her, she would get cold out of nowhere, and there you go. Your interest was piqued again. And
she was it, Cleopatra.
I feel like we can have, like, even though we can identify closely with one of the types of seducers or whatever, we can still have elements.
Yeah, you can definitely. I don't think that you are clear cut. This is all, you're the star and that's it, or you're a rake, or you're a siren. You can definitely have, qualities of the other ones.
But that probably depends also on the type of victim that person is.
True.
There's so much to learn.
Yeah, so much to learn. So guys, definitely pick up the book, Art of Seduction. Find out what seducer you are and what kind of victim you are. And actually, we want to know. If you guys have already read the books, I believe there's a test that can be done to figure out what kind you are. I'm going to find the link and I'm going to put it on the website. And then you guys can take it and tweet us or email us and let us know what you guys are, because we're interested in finding out.
It's funny, like, one of the steps to seducing someone, they say, is to create a false sense of security, approach indirectly, send mixed signals,
yes,
appear to be an object of desire, create triangles. Kind of like, I guess, not what that guy did, but, like, I'm interested in you, but you're interested in me.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Dawson's Creek. That shit used to drive me crazy. This person likes that girl, but that girl likes the other guy.
And Joey likes the gay guy.
Right, like, what the F? Like,
It said, create a need, stir anxiety and discontent, master the art of insinuation, enter their spirit.
Yes.
Create temptation, keep them in suspense, use the demonic power of words to sow confusion.
That's wicked.
Pay attention to detail. That's probably the most important.
Mm-hmm.
Poeticize your presence. Disarm through strategic weaknesses and vulnerability. Confuse desire and reality. Create the perfect illusion. Isolate the victim. Oh my gosh. Prove yourself. Affect a regression. Stir up the transgressive and taboo. Use spiritual lures. Mix pleasure with pain. 50 Shades. Give them space to fall. The pursuer is pursued. Use physical lures. Master the art of the bold move. Beware of the after effects. That's a lot.
That's a lot to do. It's a lot to do.
I don't know if I could do that.
I'm tired. I'm already tired reading all of that. But yeah.
It's a huge book.
Massive.
Really big. That's what she said.
Hey! And on that note, I think it's cocktail time.
All right. How big is this cocktail?
Oh, it's pretty big. That's what she said. Woo! Dirty. Saucy. Okay, so the cocktail of the week is the Temptress.
Ooh
la
la la. In France, they say, oh la 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 la.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Who cares? I don't know. I'm assuming that's all.
Oh la 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 la.
Yes.
I like that.
Oh la 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 la. Just like that. Doesn't sound as sexy, right?
It doesn't.
Sorry.
Oh, boo. Ari is the bubble popper.
Unfortunately, and I hate that, but I just like making the noise.
She definitely is the person. Burst your bubble. She's not about it. You'll be floating. Boop. Let me bring you down.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna stop. There's so much I've learned today about myself. Dear diary, why am I like this? Dee Dee said that.
It's not a bad thing. Sometimes you gotta bring people down to earth.
Let me just humble this bitch.
There you go. Pop that bubble. So the Temptress. The ingredients for the Temptress are 1.5 ounces of poblano-infused tequila blanco. Wow. Did you like the way that I said it in my Latin accent? Half an ounce of Cointreau, half an ounce of fresh lime juice, 1/4 ounce of agave syrup, and you're going to need 2 slices of ripe avocado. Don't stop listening, because I'm sure people are like, oh, avocado. It's going to get real, okay? It's about to get authentic. 1 teaspoon of absinthe.
Whew.
Yes, see? Real. 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, and a teaspoon of paprika. What you're going to do is you're going to muddle the avocado in the bottom of a shaker, combine all the ingredients in the shaker with ice, excluding the garnishes, because you do need some avocado for the garnish. So save some of that on the side. Then begin. Ooh, what's this? The flambé garnish. Combine the cumin, the salt, and the paprika into a dish. Add absinthe and ignite all the ingredients and cook, quote unquote, until the absinthe has been dissolved and ingredients are dry. Then rim a coupe glass with the flambé garnish, and then shake the ingredients and strain into a coupe glass. Let me tell you something. The reason why we called this the Temptress is because we wanted something that was warm and inviting, but something that was going to fuck you up.
Absinthe will do that.
It will do that.
And tequila is like
ultimate.
Whenever you drink tequila, Temptress. You have to tell someone, make a decision.
Right.
Because chances are, they're not.
Exactly. So, we hope that you will enjoy the Temptress, because I'm sure she'll enjoy you.
Over and over again.
Oh my God, I'm blushing.
I mean, did he blush?
Oh boy, so is that the end of the show?
That's the end of the show. Was it good for you?
It was good for me. I need an e-cigarette. Let me get an e-hookah.
That's so funny.
Oh, so where can we find you, Ari?
You can find me on Twitter at Ariel and that's the only place that you can find me.
Ooh, la 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 la. You can find me on Twitter as well. Lucky Stars, LuckieStarz. The show is also on Twitter. Catnaps, the letter N. Yes, cognac. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/catnaps and cognac. You guys can send us emails at catnaps.andcognac@gmail.com. We're also on iTunes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So subscribe to us on iTunes. Rate us, like us, all of that. Tweet us. We like it when y'all do that. Yep.
Absolutely love it. We have so much fun.
We do. We love talking to you guys. And tell your friends about us, people. Come on.
Tell a friend.
Yeah.
So, for every person that you tell them to tell someone else.
Yes.
They can pay it forward.
Exactly.
And then in return, we give you great shows.
Exactly.
Everyone wins.
Awesome. So, I guess we're signing off.
Yeah.
So clean, just there, so clean. Can't wait, so clean.